All right. Welcome back to another edition of Raven Online Ungatekeeper. And I thank you for stopping by, whoever may be here. This is going to be a real quick stream. I'm not feeling well, and it is late. And let's just get this pop. Oh, no. 2-hour stream. Oh, no. Listen, let's just get this popping so we can get through everything and get on out of here because I really, really want to go to sleep. But is some exciting news. Baltimore Ravens beat the Cincinnati Bengals 19-17. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody thought that this was going to be a game similar to the ones that we had over the last couple of weeks. You know, we went up as we normally do, let the Bengals come back, tie the game up. I'm pretty sure a lot of the fans thought, here we go again. This is going to be another blown lead, but we pulled it out. So let's see who we got up in here on this early Monday morning. What's up to my man Brandon Buck? What's going on to my man Suge Knight? 2-hour stream? No, sir. You'll be lucky if you get a half hour out of me. You'll be really lucky. My baby girl, my oldest. Hey, Jazzy. How you doing? Queen Yolanda, what's good? Thank you for stopping by. I know you got a lot of places to be because you are everywhere. Chen Wu, what's going on? Queen is a star. You starting off early, but I got to get that man his props. He came through when we didn't think that he was because early on, it was a little bit shaky. Oh, I should have put this up. Only you first. Only you. But what's up first? Thank you for stopping in. I know you finally got some time to drop through. We got Davon in the house, MDT Sport. What's up, man? Danity and my man Brodney, who was supposed to be here with me, but hey, I don't know. he decided he didn't want to do it, even though he was going to be up. And I said, listen, you might as well be here anyway. But it is what it is. We get through this. Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you. I appreciate the support. Appreciate you coming through. Like I said, it's after midnight. it's after midnight, and you know we got everybody up in here. What's going on, Jake? All right, let's get into this game. So, like I said, Baltimore Ravens came through and they went up early, 10-0 in the game, and we thought, okay, you know, they controlled the first quarter. Everybody thought, look, we're back. This might go differently than it has in the past few weeks. This might go different than it has in the past few weeks. And starting off, it did. Listen, pass rush, we had it. You know, we got pressure on Joe Burrow. We kind of shut down Joe Mixon a little bit. And luckily for us, listen, I know some people don't want to admit this, but luckily for us, T. Higgins had left the game. Because if he hadn't, we might be talking something a little bit different. So we go up 10-0, and you know we're driving downfield, and then we get this momentum shift. Lamar throws an interception. For some reason, as well as Lamar plays, it seems to be once in a while he just has this slip up or this mind fart, and the interception just comes out of nowhere. Now, with that interception, like I said, that momentum shift was humongous because before then, the Bengals weren't really doing too much of anything. And after that, that's when they came through and tied the game up at 10. I think after the game was tied, I know myself, and maybe most of you, we thought that here we go again. We're going into halftime, tied at 10. And the second half, it's just going to be another collapse. Because I know that's what I was thinking. I was like, listen, that pressure that we were putting on in the first quarter, it just wasn't coming through in the second quarter like it was. Josh Bynes had a sack. JPP, he had a sack. Now, listen, JPP, he was shutting things down. Like he was disrupting the passing lanes. He was knocking down passes. I think for once, one of the guys that we picked up off of the scrap heap was actually a good signing because he did his thing, but it's neither here nor there. So then we take this game into the second half, and the Ravens get a 3-point lead. With this 3-point lead, listen, nothing's safe with Cincinnati because we know their history. They are a deep ball team. They can strike at any moment, and it was just a concern. What's up, Noah? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you coming through, supporting the channel. So we go up by 3, and then Cincinnati starts to find a little rhythm. Once they find their rhythm, they start going downfield, and going downfield. But unlike last week and the week and 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before, we actually stopped at the goal line. Like we take that momentum that they had and we shut it down. We stopped them cold, 4 downs. I think once again, not to take anything away from my defense, I think Cincinnati's play calling, they did it to themselves. But we kept them out. We kept it to 3 points. Cool. So then we have 2 drives later. Cincinnati gets the ball back, and they're driving down the field. And like Chin said, Patrick Queen, he did his thing. What's going on? King Trent. Excuse me, King Trent. Thank you for stopping by. Patrick Queen does his thing. He gets that interception. Now, me personally, I know y'all think I don't like Patrick Queen, and I got something against him, but I'm so happy that he finally picked up that interception, because if he'd have dropped the 3rd interception, I think that would have killed his psyche. That would have just messed him up mentally for the rest of the season. And we need him because we don't have much going on defense. Outside of the secondary, we don't have many players that are doing too much. But he got the interception. Listen, why do y'all think that I hate this man? I don't hate the man. I told you before, it's not about the person, it's about the pick. We could have got a middle linebacker anywhere. We could have picked up a middle linebacker from anywhere to switch him over to strong side and weak side. We could have did that with anybody. We didn't need to spend a 1st round pick to move somebody around. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's not personally up against him. It's just I never. When did I say that first? Yes, Rodney. He did rob me. He robbed me of a 1st round talent that could have gone to my quarterback, which we probably could have used this game or particularly this season. But once again, Patrick Queen did his thing. Like I said, I have no problem with giving that man praise. When he plays well, I have no problem with giving it to him, And not you too, Yolanda. Not yes, I don't dislike him, double negative, but I hate the fact that he was a 1st round pick because he was a project. Like, he was not supposed to be our 1st round pick. Everybody knows we should have took T. Higgins. We could have did something else. Like, come on now. We got him. And sorry, Yolanda, one play Owe, he's back to no way. He's back. He's regressed back to no way. It's these 1st round picks and Kyle Hamilton. Like, what has he done? Listen, y'all speak about Kyle Hamilton. Y'all talk about, and I heard y'all say when he got drafted, what'd you say? Transcendent, generational talent. No, Micah Parsons is a generational talent. He didn't need 3 years to develop. He didn't need for Dallas to put pieces around him for him to be great. Like, he just is, he's great. And we don't have that. Kyle Hamilton isn't that. Jason Owe, he is not that. Patrick Queen is not that. And I'm tired of y'all coming at me for the same stuff y'all saying. Like, I hate the fact that y'all say the same things that I say, but I hate him. Like, come on now. You say the same things. You may say it in private. You may not come on film or on camera and say it, but you all say the same thing. He sucks at times. Not going to say he doesn't have his plays because I know Coach Evans is going to kill me later tonight if I say it. No, it was a mistake. It was a mistake. Look, don't hold it against me. It was a Freudian slip. I didn't mean to call him Patricia. It's Patrick Queen. He's a grown man. He's younger than my kids. I'm gonna treat him as a grown man, and I didn't mean to say that. Oh yeah, here you go. Look, Coach, I didn't mean it. Like, yes, because I'm sure you're gonna give me 75 good plays that Patrick Queen was a part of. And I mean, like, he really didn't have any negative plays today. Like, I can't, I can't take anything from him. Patrick Queen did his thing. He got ran over a couple times, and I was gonna put it up. Like, I was gonna put it up, but hey, whatever. So back to the game. After the Patrick Queen interception, the Ravens took it down and they went up by 6 points. So now we're up 16-10. And all I could think of in my mind is we better not lose 17-16. That would be the worst. The worst. Listen, it was a mistake. I apologize. And yes, he does love the arm tackle, and that's why he got ran over. Oh, shit. Not today. So anyway, so we go up by 6, and it's tense. We can feel it. We can feel it. And we feel it. We feel the tension. We feel like, hey, anything can happen at this time. We just don't know what's going to happen at the end of this game. So as scripted or as expected, Cincinnati goes down the field at the end of the fourth quarter with about 5 minutes left, and they scored the go-ahead touchdown. Now, it's like, what are we going to do? Are we going to actually pull this game out, or are we going to fail? Me personally, I'm like, listen, if this is a time that we need Lamar to shine and take over, this is going to be it. And unfortunately, with Lamar doing his thing, Chinwoo, you are factually correct. Hobbs is here to stay. Once again, Lamar saves his job. I just don't think he's a good coach. I really don't. I just think he has some things he needs to work on, and he could be better at. He could hire different people. Listen, I know y'all hate Greg Roman, but for what he had to work with today, I think Greg Roman called a pretty good game. I think he did what he had to do with the personnel that he had. I think the players just didn't execute. Now, you're never going to hear me say this again, and I'll probably erase this stream because I don't want anybody coming back later on saying you defended Greg Roman. Never want to be said that I did that, but it is what it is. So, take the lead. Cincinnati takes the lead with under 2 minutes, with 1 minute and 53 seconds left, and drive down the field and kick the game-winning field goal. Now, listen, once we hit the 50-yard line, I know that everybody and their mother knew what was going to happen. Everybody figured out that we were going to kick this winning field goal and call it a day. Now, with that being said, I do have some concerns. I do have some concerns about what went on. We won the game. We pulled it out. But like I said earlier, I think that the fact that T. Higgins went out, I think that played a major part on the game, because they can kind of shift towards Jamar Chase and kind of limit what Cincinnati was doing. Now, my favorite, maybe not yours, Hayden Hurst, he had a good game. He had a very good game. Like, they really couldn't stop. I think they should have designed more of that passing game around him, because our linebackers couldn't cover him. But hey, what are you going to do? Oh, I got a little guest here.
Did you not see me dancing?
Brandon.
What's up, Hendo?
Sean,
Hey,
how you feel?
at least your kicker can make a game tying or game winning field goal.
I mean, hey, no one told you all to sign a kicker off the street and
He
then
was
put him.
2 for 8, and in pregame warmups was missing right all pregame warmups.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's on y'all. We gave you Hollywood Brown. I don't know what else you want us to do.
Hey,
He's
I'm
he's
fine with Hollywood. He's like the only one that literally gets double-digit targets and scores at least double digits in fantasy in the first 5 weeks. So I'm fine with that. I just no, but no. Congrats on the win. I was like, are they gonna choke another one away? Are they gonna? Is that defense gonna blow it again for them? Like I was worried there for a bit.
I mean, the whole Ravens flock was pretty much worried because we have a tendency. We have we have a script that we go by, and normally we don't win this game. And what's the wild for, Shug? Please, what's the wild for? Let me know. I want to
I
know why
got the
you
link the same way Suge can get the link. So if Suge's
right,
complaining, then he's just being lazy.
right. And listen, if y'all don't know, I put out a link in my Discord for anybody that wants to come on the show and talk football. Um, Either team on.
But no, I think this was a much needed win. Cleveland lost today. Pittsburgh technically played today, but did they actually play?
They did. They did. They have to find out what kind of team that they have. And I think going up against Buffalo, they found out not a very good one. Listen, this
So
game
now I believe you guys went first, right? Because
this
this
game propelled us
made
first place.
this made Cincy 2-3. Cleveland lost, so they're 2-3 as well. So yeah, you guys got that lead there.
Yeah. Listen, we have the lead by one game. We have right now we have the tiebreaker versus Cincinnati. We'll see. We'll see what the next stretch of upcoming games. Next week we have the Giants that beat the Green Bay Packers.
So
So
I thought Giants were frauds, but what they did this morning versus Green Bay, Brian Dayball is like the Giants finally hired a head coach. So it took him like a decade to hire an actual competent head coach.
I mean,
And I think he's brought Saquon back to what Saquon was his first 2 years. Basically made Daniel Jones a competent quarterback. He's just
mhm,
not losing them the games. I don't think Daniel Jones will ever win them games. His job
mhm,
is to have them not lose the game.
facts.
Slayton looked pretty good today. Actually, I was actually quite impressed by Slayton today.
He was the only thing that they had.
Yeah,
Technically, I mean, he's the only wide receiver that they had. But yeah, shout out to first. I thought that the Giants were, I thought that they were just skating off their NFC least conference and division,
I
but
think they're
apparently,
the best division right now. Like they've got to be the best of it. You have three teams that are like right there with each other, and then you have Washington.
I mean, listen, I would have said that earlier, but they haven't played anybody,
Did
and
you watch?
and the
Did you
Eagles.
watch the end of that Washington game? Carson Wentz did his Carson Wentz thing.
Oh
They
yes,
had a shot to win that game. They get PI in the end zone, ball at the one, and Carson Wentz
he
goes.
throws an interception. I mean, he's Carson Wentz. Philly let him go for a reason, but hey,
So did Indy
listen,
let him go?
yeah, Andy let him go too because he's not. They say he's not a leader, but as long as the Giants don't come through next week and pull off that same scheme, because listen, in it's kind of parallel to me with Green Bay and us. Dynamic quarterback, fairly nice defense, but the wide receiving core isn't up to par. And sometimes Green Bay, they have flashes of the run game goes off. Aaron Jones goes off. AJ Dillon goes off. But then other games, they disappear completely. And it's kind of similar. And hopefully,
They got
you
shut out in the second half. Like they didn't score at all in the second half. Like that's
sounds like the Ravens. My homeboy's a Green Bay Packers fan, and I told him they had the Baltimore Packers today
that's
because
a Baltimore
they did
fan.
those. But so we got somebody else coming through. We got my man D Weezy up in here. What's going on, Weezy?
What's up, Derek?
What's going on, fellas?
Chilling, chilling. What are your thoughts on the Ravens game?
Um, yeah, I mean, I definitely thought it was going to be a close game and come down to possibly a field goal. Um, being somebody that was holding, Cincinnati +4, the way things were looking like it was going to play out, it definitely worked out in my favor, regardless of what that final score was going to end up being. But yeah, I definitely expected a close game, maybe a little bit more scoring. That shocked me a little bit. But overall, we saw Andrews get a lot of targets. That's something I'm going to definitely be looking at and following here in the future. It's something I've talked about in the past couple of weeks. He's the number one option, whether you want to say number one wide receiver, tight end, whatever. He's the number one option in Baltimore, and I think tonight personified that completely.
Thanks. So back to my concerns. Pass rush. That is definitely a concern. And with the Cincinnati offensive line being what it is, like they have names, but they have not gelled together this whole season. The last two games, they did pretty well. They gave up 3 sacks the last two games.
They got what, 3 new guys on that offensive. It takes time.
I think 4.
It takes time for offensive linemen to gel together, get that chemistry, work on pass offs when guys come through. So it may take them a little bit longer, but if they can figure out that offensive line situation,
Yeah,
they could.
but
Yeah,
they could be dangerous. But
they could
I
be
don't
the team
know.
we saw in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but if you let the Ravens do that to you, how good are you really? Because the guys that we have, they play hard. They aren't it. Like they made JPP look like JPP, like he was a
From
superstar out
like
there.
3-4 years ago, JPP.
The Giants JPP.
Yeah.
Also,
The
I'm not
one
gonna
that blew his hand off with
stop. We're not. Listen, we're not doing that. That's not. We're not doing that. Y'all already did that in the Discord. We're not doing that. So you listen. We're not gonna sit here and make fun of somebody's mishaps.
We're not. We're celebrating the fact that he has overcome and survived his
That's
perseverances in life.
That's not what the laughing was for. So I'll say, okay. So my next, my next concern with the Ravens is Joe Mixon. So for the season, Joe Mixon has been averaging 2.5 yards a carry for the whole season. He comes into this game and he averages 5.5 yards a carry. That should let you know how bad
I tried
we
to
are.
tell the folks. I tried to tell them. I had money riding on Mixon coming in and having a good game. I said he was going to go over his prop. I believe it was right at 60, 59.5, I think was technically the number. But if I'm not mistaken, he was close to clearing that by halftime. He had 50 yards at halftime.
He did.
And you saw they weren't feeding him the ball like a workhorse running back. Like it wasn't play after play after play. He was getting chunks on, not minimal carries, but if I'm not mistaken, he didn't even have 20 carries in the game.
14.
No, he had 14.
See?
Yeah, 14 carries, and he still had 78 yards. Oh, okay. So we got a donation from Brodney. Great show as always. Whenever you get a chance, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Old Man Gamers coming back. You son of a
that was definitely not Rodney.
You son of a gun.
I want to know who that actually was.
Okay, so thank you for the tip, Brodney. I appreciate it. My thoughts on Old Man Gamers. Yeah, man, we shouldn't do it. We should let it go. Everybody should stop talking about it. Yeah, no more Old Man Gamers. All right, so like I was saying,
that's just weak.
Listen. I made a promise. I had to denounce.
That's that East Baltimore.
I had to denounce. I lost the bet. I had to denounce it, and I did my job. I've denounced Old Man Gamers. Listen, Bronny, you didn't say I had to be convincing. You didn't say how long I had to do it for. You just said I had to denounce it. All we discussed. Next time, go into specifics.
Okay, well, I'm here to tell you I'm all for making sure Old Man Gamers comes back in full force and strength.
But gotta go with the popular opinion.
But in that case, we're going with Old Man Gamers is back. That's the popular opinion.
It really is the popular opinion.
Yeah. All right, so Z2B says Ronnie and JK are back. Oh, on pitch counts. Yes, Ryan and JK on pitch counts. They
Yeah,
coming
I
back
was really wondering that. I was like, why is Drake in there for Dobbins for so much?
because they don't want it. They don't want an issue of having another Ronnie Stanley incident. They don't want to overwork him and get him hurt again because right now we don't know when Gus Edwards is coming back, and clearly Mike Davis and Kenyon Drake aren't it. They aren't the
No.
answers. We don't know what's going on with Justice Hill. His hamstring could be off and on for the rest of the season. We really don't know. So, they're trying to slow it down. Now, the Ronnie Stanley thing, I didn't get that, especially with Patrick McCarr coming in. He struggled a bit. Like, he struggled with his blocking. And Ronnie, you could see that Ronnie Stanley was clearly upset sitting on the sideline, like, why you take me out? I can understand if you played me for a quarter and then took me out a couple plays, but it's like, every other series, you're bouncing me back and forth. And I just don't think that was the way for it to go.
Yeah, it's weird because JK, it was either last week or the week before. JK had a really good game.
Oh yeah,
But yeah,
JK.
it was.
I mean, he's a if there is
But
such a
I can understand why. Like they don't want to rush him back, give him too much of a workload too fast, too soon, and then lose him. Like, would you rather him be like this for a month, or would you rather lose him for 6 to 8?
Oh,
So
Harbaugh was terrified of him going down. This would have been last season all over again. Every time this man touched the dirt, I promise you, there was some butts tightening because they were terrified he wasn't going to get up.
yeah.
understandable. We're still what 5 weeks, so we're barely a third away through the season.
Well, I mean, see, and that's the thing. Every it seems to me, and what pisses me off a little bit is every week people are saying, "Oh, it's only week 2, it's only week 3, it's only week 4." It's on, and every week for certain things, it just goes the same way. It's just perpetual motion going in one direction, and everybody likes to say it's only week until we end up in week 12, and it's like it's nothing we can do about it now. That's I don't I'm not for that. It's only week because they had a full off season. They had OTAs, mini camps, everything else to get certain things situated. I don't buy into the it's only week whatever. That's just me. All right, so let's get into the player of the game. For me, player of the game is easy since it wasn't too many stars out there. My player of the game is Justin Tucker.
I was
Justin
about to say
Tucker.
if it's anyone, but yeah,
This
right down the middle on the game winning field
Hold
goal.
up. Let's be real. Justin Tucker gets, MVP of the game for the trolling job of the other kicker live mid game.
That was
Just
so funny. I
like,
love
come
that.
on, it doesn't get any better. Like, I love
it's
this
And I
funny. I was like,
rivalry
love how
that they
Collinsworth is
have.
like, why are they putting it in the middle? Most kickers are left or right hash. And Tucker, middle of the field, literally, I was like, because it's easier. You just kick it straight. You don't got to kick at an angle.
Well,
Middle
and here's
hash,
the
you
other
kick it
thing.
straight.
When they say that, people also always forget it's not it's where does the kicker want the ball? If he
It
says
is.
he wants it
Yeah,
on the left side, you put it on the left side. If he wants it on the right side, you get it to the right side. It's that simple. If Tuck said put it in the middle, that's where they're putting the ball.
exactly. Like you always ask your kicker, probably on that drive, where do you want it? You want it in the middle? You want a left hash or right hash?
listen, I don't
But
think
yeah,
it doesn't make it. It doesn't make a difference.
like they said, most kickers like it on the left or right hash. For some reason, a lot of them don't like it in the middle.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Tucker can take it anywhere, pause, and make that kick. And I think that for me, and I know everybody has their own pick, I just have Tucker my pick just for what happened throughout the whole week. Like even if you go back to the Denver game, these kickers just aren't making kicks. And I mean, guys are
Yeah,
missing. Even Pittsburgh, at one time they said he was one of the 3 greatest kickers in the league, and I think he missed like a 29 yarder. So
I mean,
just
it
for
was really the weather conditions in Buffalo today weren't ideal. They weren't. It was a little windy, so you don't blame them for that. But no, I think I saw the stat. With this kick, he's made 60 in a row in the fourth quarter in overtime. I was like, wow, that's
right.
that's why he's the best kicker in the NFL. It's not even close. It's not
That
even
is
close.
legendary. All right, Z the Beast. Thank you for joining the Road family. I appreciate you for signing up. Hey, we trying to grow. We're trying to get this word out here. We're trying to take this LBHT Nation global, and it starts with one. It starts with one of you, and we'll go from there. So thank you once again. All right. So, do y'all have any players of the game that y'all want to speak of?
Um, yeah, just you heard me mention Mark Andrews, 8 receptions on 10 targets, 89 yards, 1 TD. His longest on the day was 20. But I mean, as far as the passing game, he was by far the most productive person. You know, yes, there was one or two overthrows by Lamar, but for the most part, you don't see the wide receivers fighting for the ball or being in a position to fight for the ball as much as I think you see with some other teams. But yeah, Andrews, he did what he's supposed to do. He's shown that he's that sure-handed guy and that he's also still capable of bouncing off guys and getting the ball upfield and picking up that yards after catch.
All right.
No, mine's Justin Tucker.
Oh, yes, of course it is. All right.
Well,
So
I mean, I hold it. Prochet had a catch, y'all.
Stop.
MVP
Okay,
of the
stop.
game right there.
Now I gotta mute him now. All right. So now we got our 5 up and 3 down. You don't have to give 5. You don't have to give 3. You just tell me your thoughts. For me personally, I'm gonna go through mine real quick. My 5 up for the game are going to be Devin Duvernay because I think he jump started everything. He had 54 yards receiving, 24 yards rushing, without any other real options at the wide receiver position. I think he's establishing himself as a real number 2. I wasn't really high on him coming in, but I do think he's doing a lot better than people perceive. Number 2, JPP. With the sack and the batted balls and just the all-out effort that he's giving, he's one of my guys now. Marlowe. I've been hard on Marlowe these last couple of years, but he's playing a lot better this season. Listen, from what Jamar Chase did to him last year, giving up those 200 yards for what he did today.
Yeah, I think Chase had only like 5 catches, 70 yards.
So yeah, most of those are behind.
It wasn't a blowout game,
but most of those, with check downs, they were screens. Like it wasn't anything really downfield except for that one catch behind the shoulder. So Marcus Peters, he had a sack. Marcus Peters for me, he aside from Lamar, he is my Ravens pick. I think he brings that energy. I think that he plays like a Raven. He has that mentality. So listen, they better not trade him. And my last one is Mark Andrews, 8 catches, 89 yards, a touchdown. My 3 down, I'm going to go Macari for his blocking. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go Lamar because that interception changed the momentum of this game. And for the last 2 weeks, he's had under 180 yards passing in each game the last 2 weeks. I'm not saying it's all his fault, but as the leader of this team, I just feel he has to do better. And my third one is going to be No Way. He had 2 assists, 2 tackles, 2 assists. I mean, come on, you're a first-round pick. All right. Anything for you guys?
I only watched the fourth quarter because I was watching a baseball game for most of it, and I was really in the zone. So.
Now I gotta kick you out.
I guess from what I saw, 5.
Now I gotta kick you out. We don't talk baseball here.
You can kick me out if you want. I'm not gonna say
hey,
no.
This baseball is furthering one of my futures bets to win the World Series.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well there. That's actually pretty cool. No, I'd probably say Mark Andrews. That's a solid line. 8 for 89 with a touch. I know you brought up Lamar only passing for 180 yards. I don't.
No. That was he passed for 174 yards.
It doesn't matter. You could throw for 400 with 3 touchdowns, and if you lose, it don't matter.
It doesn't. But when your interception changes the momentum of the game.
About fantasy. If you care about fantasy, yeah, he didn't have the best fantasy day for you.
Oh no, fantasy is good because Brodney has him, so I really didn't care about that part of it.
Yeah. I lost to Garnett in our league, who has 0 wins, by the way. I did not have a good week in fantasy. Like you said, Devin Duvernay. I think he's looked really good through the first 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
if you had to choose, he probably isn't your number two, but he's taken the opportunity he's been given. Because to
Right.
me, I always saw him as a special teams player, returner. Always can be a threat there, but he's been given this opportunity to be on a number two, and he's taking it and he's running with it. So good for him there. Um, was this JAPP's first game with the
Second.
Ravens?
Second.
Okay, so yeah, stepped up there. So yeah, um, I I think they had a pretty good game overall. Definitely a lot of things to work on. Again, almost blew another lead there with the defense.
Yeah, but luckily, I think. Listen, I think, I think the schedule has been kind to us, and we've been getting away with some things because of the teams that we're playing and the injuries that they're having. I think I need, even with Buffalo last week, it was a close game, and I think that was because of the rain. But people don't realize Buffalo has some injuries. I just want to play a team to see where we're at. I want that measuring stick game to know, all right, are we really this good on this side of the ball, or is it we're doing this because of the level of competition that we're having? Like, we already know Arizona is just Arizona, so y'all really don't need a measuring stick because, hey, you're not that good, and you know this.
Hey, you know what? The Rams are doing just as bad. So it's fine with me.
Oh, yeah.
Like Dallas made them look like bad. Like that offensive line is bad. We got one game left. D Hop comes back. I can't wait to see. So either D Hop is going to just go crazy, or Hollywood's going to go crazy.
Oh,
Because
both.
you're going to have to double one of them, and one of them's going to be. And then you got Zach Ertz. Like Zach Ertz had a
Zach
pretty good
Ertz.
game too. So
But
just don't go on. I know that I shouldn't root for my team to lose, but I want Cliff gone. I want Cliff gone so bad.
Wow.
We again have not scored a
Buck
single point.
officially knows what it's like to be a Ravens fan because he doesn't want his team to lose, but he so badly wants his coach fired.
oh my
He
god,
should have gotten the extension.
I
We
hate
scored
Rodney.
0 points in the first quarter all year. If
Listen,
we would just score in the first quarter, we probably would be like 3-2 at this point.
so thank you, Rodney, for another donation. He has a question for the two of you. Who do you think's going to win the World Series? I can't stand you, Rodney. I can't stand
All
you.
right. Full disclaimer, I have money riding on the Braves, Padres, and Astros, who are all still
I
in it. The
wonder why you
Astros
didn't put
have a
money on the
first round
Dodgers.
bye.
Oh wait, because their odds were so just low.
Hey, I got in on this on preseason. All those
I
out
know
there
Dodgers were
in the crew,
probably.
I've been trying to tell y'all, get in on the Discord because I just be trying to give y'all stuff. And people don't want
Yeah.
to listen. But
I
that's
think
all
I
right.
checked on FanDuel. Padres are still at like plus 1,000.
All
That's all
right.
right.
Okay,
But
thanks.
yes,
See, Brady, you just want to start this nonsense.
mm-hmm. But
Listen, he
that's
just
because
no,
he
no.
know
All
Paris says that.
he knows he's gonna get it so bad when old man gamers coming back. So bad.
So bad.
But yeah, I definitely think as far as a dark horse or not one of the top two favorites, the Padres have a chance with their offense. The Dodgers are a potential winner just with the amount of
Well,
talent they
okay,
have,
Dodgers
and
should
Houston on the AL side.
because they're stacked. The Dodgers roster on paper should win. So
okay. All right. So I have a question about the Cardinals, but how are y'all going to do all this even when DeAndre Hopkins comes back without Andy Isabella? How y'all going to do that? Because we got him now.
good luck with that.
We got him now. What y'all gonna do without that
That
4.2
man
speed?
is fast, and that's
No, four
it.
three speed. Get it straight.
No, he's
Oh,
4.2. He's 4.2. He ran a 4.27 at the combine.
yeah, like he's fast, but he can't. Just
Track the
running
ball.
fast doesn't make you a wide receiver.
Right. Right.
Like Cliff gave that man so many chances, and he never showed up. And basically, Cliff told him as he was leaving, "Prove me wrong. Prove us wrong that cutting you was the wrong move, and we'll see.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it.
Sure. All right, so give me your predictions for next week's game: Baltimore versus the New York Giants in New York
In New York.
for Ferris. This is for Ferris.
Okay, so are we talking straight up, or how many points I got to
We just
give
talking
up?
straight up. We just talking
Oh,
straight up. Who's
Ravens,
gonna?
easy, Ravens.
I don't
I
know.
ain't
The
got to think
Giants,
about that. Ravens.
Giants in the second half show that maybe they are not the frauds that I thought they were.
Mhm.
But I personally think that Lamar is a better quarterback than Aaron Rodgers. I mean, how the hell do you have two batted balls in back-to-back plays? Come on. Especially when you're not. See, when that happens with Kyler, that's expected. The dude's 5'10". It's supposed to happen.
Right.
Aaron's like 6'2", 6'3". How does that happen? And Aaron just isn't the runner that he used to be. And we all know Lamar just, when he decides to run, when he puts his foot in the ground, watch out. Like that man can just go. So yeah, I think I got the Ravens in this one. Sorry, Ferris.
There's no need to be sorry. Sorry. Ferris knows the deal. All right, so it's been 40 minutes. This is going on longer than I figured and I wanted, and we are we are about to end this here.
So it's been
Now,
running like a smooth, regular show.
yeah, no,
What about 2 hour stream, Hendo? When
we're
it's
not doing. Listen, I'm not doing. People got to get up.
freaking 12:45 at night for you.
Right, this is not the
Yeah,
West. This
we
is not
got
the
to
West
run
Coast.
right up to Ferris's
I
live
was
stream.
surprised you were
Right.
live.
So,
I
so,
really was.
all right. So yes, so we can end this because Ferris is doing a live stream. Hey Ferris, put in the comments what time you're going live so we can all transition over there and hear you speak about your team. And yes, Raven Ron, yes, it's 9:42 where you're at. It's not 9:42 over here.
It's
And people have
9:42 for me.
and people have to go to work and people have to get up early and people have things to do.
I'm
Okay.
telling you, I know
I
I
love
confused
living
the
on the
hell out
west
of them because
side for
they go,
sports because I never have to stay up
they
late.
be like, D Weezy on the East Coast. No, D Weezy's just around the clock. That's where I'm at.
Because D Weezy has a interesting work schedule.
D Weezy just like to be up. He don't like to sleep. He don't like to rest.
See, there you have it.
It's work. It's always work to be done in these YouTube streets.
Facts.
It's always something. It's always something you can do. So first, are you just going to ignore me and answer everyone else's questions?
Of course.
See, this is why we don't get along. Like, this is why I can't stand first. All right, so Brandon, let them know where they can find you at, please.
Find me on Twitter at BrandonBuck88. I may or may not have a stream on Tuesday night. I'm working on a new structure for the show, so I just have to wait and see. But I definitely will tomorrow. YouTube.com/SmellMeTheMoney. Be doing my baseball podcast, going over Wildcard Weekend and previewing the division series.
All right, Wheezy, let them know what you got going on, sir.
Yeah, y'all can catch me at Backyard Action Media where I'm likely going to be dropping some baseball action as the postseason goes on. I'm going to have the NFL as that continues, and you can even keep your eyes out for the NBA stuff I'll be getting into as they kick off their season.
All right. Well, you guys can find me here every Sunday nights, normally at 7 p.m. after the Ravens game, unless they play on Mondays or they play on Sunday Night Football or Thursday. Oh God. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram at our gatekeepers. So also later today, this evening, you can catch me on Talking Ravens all day, every day with Justin P at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, you can also find me with Coach Evans, Lunch Break Hot Take, OTR Mike, and Chris Just Joking on the Ravens Roundtable at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sip to Tally Films. And that's pretty much it. So we are going to get out of here. Like I always say, never give in to conformity. Think and formulate your own opinions. And most importantly, be somebody important. Be yourself. Until next time, y'all, we out.